Ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness, finally somebody put the clown in the green costume in his place. The Zelensky-Trump meeting just wrapped up in the Oval Office, and oh my gosh, did hell break loose. I'm about to play you the entire clip from exchange from beginning to the end. So give the video a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed with bell notifications on, and let me know how do you feel about this in the comments. And before we continue, a big shout out to the sponsor of this reaction video, VERITY Metals. Ladies and gentlemen, I go to them for all my gold and silver questions. This is a Patriot family-owned company, huge Trump supporters, MAGA patriots, and they will give you free silver when you call or text 480-717-9081. Tell them Vlad sent you. Links down below in the description. Thank you so much. Let's get right into this. Here we go.
Yes, contract. Yes, but after that, he broke the ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come to the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? Did you see what problems we have?
I have been to. I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring people, you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems?
It says you bring them on a propaganda tour. Don't invite me on your propaganda tour.
To come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country.
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
This is where Trump puts him in his place.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly what you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good. We're going to feel very good and very strong. You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war,
you're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. But right now, you don't. Yeah, you're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, you said thank you. You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October.
Boom! Who remembers right before the election, Zelensky flew to the United States to hang out in Pennsylvania with Kamala Harris, do press conferences with her, endorse her. And JD Vance is like, look here, little punk. We know you're for the other side.
Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
he's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble. Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
You've done a lot of talking.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks.
You haven't been alone. You haven't been alone. We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion. We gave you military equipment, and your men are brave, but they had to use our military. If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something.
Maybe less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again, just say thank you
I said a lot of times to American people.
Except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very
understand.
important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards. You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire? I want a ceasefire because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about the ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
Your people want an election. They want an election. There hasn't been an election in Ukraine for like 8 years now. Your people want peace and an election. And Trump had a ceasefire on the table, signed by Russia and signed by the United States that only needed Zelensky's signature, and the war, there would have been a ceasefire today. Zelensky didn't take it.
That wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President.
So, ladies and gentlemen, and not only that, but when this was over, when this conversation stuff was over, Trump kicked him out of the White House. Trump told him, go home. They didn't have lunch. They didn't hold a press conference. And Trump went straight to Truth Social and posted this. I'm reading from his Truth. A statement from President Donald John Trump. We had a very meaningful meeting in the White House today. Much was learned that could never be understood without conversation under such fire and pressure. It's amazing what comes out through emotion. And I have determined that President Zelensky is not ready for peace if America is involved, because he feels our involvement gives him a big advantage in negotiations. I don't want advantage. I want peace. He disrespected the United States of America in its cherished Oval Office. He can come back when he is ready for peace. I think Trump should just get out and let them fight it out. Let Putin take all of Ukraine, not our problem. Let Putin go into Europe, not our problem. That's not our problem. You got this cocaine addicted. Now, if you were an addict and you got clean, great. But this dude's obviously using coke. This dude is obviously strung out right there. To fly in and disrespect and not be thankful. Bitch, you used to campaign for the other side. Excuse my language. I'm just glad that the world got to see what an ungrateful clown, cocaine addict who doesn't, and I feel the people that I feel the worst for are the Ukrainian men and women who are in the front lines, because they could have had a ceasefire today, and Zelensky refused to take it. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the Ukrainian government Ukraine as a government does not benefit the world at all. All they do is beg, steal, take, and sell our weapons to foreign adversaries. Ukraine as an independent country should not exist like their government. The Ukrainian people are amazing. My roots are Ukrainian. But the government of Ukraine, they tried it 30 years later. The poorest country in Europe, 5th most corrupt country in the world, betrayed their leaders. They used to be best friends with Russia, then they betrayed Russia. Now they're best friends with us, now they're betraying us. Before that, they were best friends with Poland, then they stole the city of Lviv from Poland. Yeah, they just can't figure out how to form a good government. That being said, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe. I'm out.